Hello guys, and I'm making a video about Garten Banban Zero. Also, I know some of you are going like, why are you not making a video about Garten Banban 4? I can't. I physically can't. I want to, but I can't. You're like, what do you mean? Well, game is broken. I can show you that it's broken. I don't want to because it'll waste your time. But like, every time I get to the part where like you get knocked out by Stinger Flynn after like the hallucination sequence thing, it's like it set me right back to the beginning. Because the purple keycard doesn't work. Also, this one seems like we're gonna be playing as a baby.
Wait, what?
Just dropped the price of every foot long in the app to $6.99. That's what.
It seems like they're okay. But let's talk about it, shall we? Cause this is weird. Like, why is there a Garten Banban Zero coming? Also, they've been talking about Garten Banban 8, so it's coming soon. And I'm getting my new computer on Christmas, so. See, this is the weird part. Like, why is there lights? But it does seem like we're playing as babies. Like, maybe Banban? Or we're playing as one of the researchers. Because it seems like a baby room. Like, they're babies in the thumbnail. So I think, as time goes on... Okay, now he seems like a kid. What the is that time? Yeah, it seems like they're toddlers or kids. I mean, I think we're gonna have to actually take care of them. And we might actually see why Nab's aggressive. Garten Banban Zero wishlist on Steam. And let me cancel that. Okay, what the hell? Also Hot Ones. But let me get on Steam real quick. I will go to the store. Also, if you guys, I'm sorry, I got Finding Frankie now, so I'm gonna make a video out about that, but no, okay. Garten of Banban Zero. Free? But, yeah. This is it. So it seems like we're gonna be taking care of them. Also probably managing. It doesn't seem like a chapter. It seems like an entirely new game. Oh. Also, one thing, he doesn't have his hat. None of them do. So I feel like they probably got that. Do you know your name? Wait, are we one of them? Are we actually one of the experiments? Because why is it saying, do you know your name? It's one, we have amnesia, or two, we're one of them. Also, this is kind of weird. But we're going to have a boss fight in here and solve puzzles, but follow. But yeah, I'm wishlisting that. Delve into the past of the kindergarten and explore the origins of the establishment only you can. So wait, I think we're reporting on it actually. Explore the origins of the mysterious past of the establishment. Make friends, uncover the truth behind the place and whoever. So this is the beginning Also, I think they're gonna probably do this more if they're doing Garten of Banban Zero. Also, must be pretty close to the end of Garten of Banban if they're going Garten of Banban Zero with it. Also, it's not really a horror thing. It's kind of... I'm not saying it is not dark. Well, actually, it is dark. But I will play this. I will play this. This one I will definitely play when, like... Even if I don't get to play Garten of Banban 8 when it comes out. But I am trying, okay? And you're all probably mad at me. Well, not all. Some people are. The ones that actually watched Garten of Banban 3 when I played it. But, yeah, let's actually also look at the top.
You can literally watch the ads disappear in real time. It's incredibly satisfying. It's actually really cool.
And I hope
I like that. Pi allows you to opt in and view a limited number of approved ads and earn generous cashback rewards. That's what Pi does. Install that ad blocker. Boom, boom, boom.
Whatever his name is, I forget. No. This is making me mad, bro. Yeah, probably Garten of Banban 5.
The Garten of Banban Zero? Look, even I didn't see this one coming. It honestly feels like we're getting the Euphoric Bros multiverse. Just when you think you're gonna get the Garten of Banban 5, you get 6. And then when you think you're gonna get the Garten of Banban 8, you get a Plague Doctor's wet dream with Unplagued. Then we get the Pixel Nightmare missing Banban. And now Garten of Banban Zero. I don't
Meaning we're exploring.
think we're ever gonna get the Garten of Banban 8. Well, probably not this year. But with this release of the Garten of Banban Zero, there are a ton of
Yes, we're not getting it this year. I know that sounds wrong. One, I don't want to play Garten of Banban. Really. But yeah, that's the beginning of it. Meaning, they're not going to really
Here's for
be
me
a
to show
threat,
you.
and
I've actually
something else is going to appear. What the... Is that thing?
got 10 to be exact.
What is that?
Subscribe. The trailer starts with an eerie single table and chair in the center of an empty room. Almost like Sheriff Toaster is about to bust in and interrogate someone. And also an eerie soundtrack begins to play in the background. We're then taken to another mysterious room with a
Also, the holes is unsettling, meaning a giant creature is probably...
bunch of holes in the walls. Each of those holes looks like the exit of a slide. The trees in this room also look toy-like. And then we quickly flash back to the inside of that room with a table inside of it. And then another weird room with holes in the walls, but now igloos in the room. And now the door to that room with the tables inside is opened as two very small red hands latch onto the side of the door. Lo and behold, it's Banban without his hats. For some weird reason, his tongue starts to come out and go towards his eyes. And on the other side, we see two mysterious tentacles in blue come out and latch onto the door frame too. And we all know those three eyes, it's Nab Nab. Kinda cool how they're opposite to each other because their names are opposite as well. And that's it.
Yeah, like he has no ears. But it is weird. He has like, meaning
For the
they
trailer,
are
but-
eventually probably gonna get like a hat.
That takes me on to detail number 1, the thumbnail. If you thought something looked unusual about Banban and Nab Nab in that final scene, you're right. They have now become babies. With the Garten of Banban
Well, not babies. It look like kids because if they were babies, they would be like this tall, maybe. But meaning Nab Nab might not be aggressive yet, but he will.
They're
eventually.
acting as a prequel to the games, and the thumbnail of the trailer shows us what they actually look like as babies. The baby version of Banban hasn't been introduced to his trademark 2 hats yet. He's about a third of the adult size. For some reason his pupils are really dilated, and I still don't really understand why his tongue is so long in this one. It's kind of weird. And then we've got baby Nab Nab. Like baby Banban, wearing his hat isn't part of his look yet, and he's also missing about 95% of his teeth, and also very dilated pupils. But this next detail will help us understand this baby
Actually, meaning we're gonna meet Nabelina, and I think we.
version of the game even more. The Steam description. The following pieces of text that have been found on the Steam page completely describe what this game is going to be about. Explore the origins of the mysterious Banban's kindergarten. Survive the dark past of the establishment. Try to make some friends. Uncover the truth behind the place and who you are. Delve into the past of the kindergarten and explore the origins of the establishment. Only you can connect the dots. Opportunity to make friends? Well, Welcome to your new home. Get out of your cell and meet your fellow neighbors. Everyone here is loving and wants to be your friend. This confirms that the Garten of Banban 0 is going to be a prequel to the Garten.
No, duh, it was gonna be a prequel, especially with the thumbnail and, you know, this scene. But it does, I don't think Toadster was probably introduced yet, but maybe. But, I mean, we're all gonna see them as kids, but they aren't gonna be aggressive. But who are those, like, the giant door?
Garten of Banban 1. But the line that says,
really.
uncover the truth behind the place and who you are, confuses me, because it makes it sound like we are one of the baby versions of the monsters. Why else would this place be referred to as our new home? It's also quite unnerving that we're told to get out of our cell as if that's our home. And it's safe
Also probably meaning that we could be an adult. Looking at the height comparison, we could be their size.
to assume that our neighbors that are mentioned are also in cells as well. And do we have no connection to the parent protagonist in any of the other games? Anyway, on to secret detail number 3, the screenshots. Starting off with the forest. The forest is a weird yellow room with big holes in the walls. The trees in this room also look toy-like. Due to this place looking so blocky and toy-like, I assume it's just a playground. It's fair to assume that scientists are most likely running tests on the baby versions of the monsters, and some of those tests will involve them being acclimatized to different locations. And so in the facility they'll make locations like this to
actually also explaining like why they see this, why Jellyfish Stinger actually brings us here ish, not here, but like he kind of has like a
like different
forcing.
places
It's
from the
because as a baby he
outside world, kind of like a location we've seen like this before. And ironically, it was the last time we saw babies in the series. The baby Opila and Tarta birds in the Garten of Banban 2, which makes me wonder, is this the location we're gonna see Opila and Tarta in? Who knows? On to the next detail. The igloos. I like to believe that this location is very similar to the previous one, but if we agreed the last one is for the Opila birds, then who the hell is this one made for? Honestly, it's probably no one, it's probably just a playground, but the one
or for
interesting
like
thing
a
about
new
this
guy, maybe,
screenshot is the hole in the background. Unlike all the other holes in the walls, this one has a light at the end of it, which makes me think we're actually going to use some of them to get between different locations. Anyway, on to the next detail. The desert. Honestly, there's not too much to say about this one. It's the last screenshot that shows a location within the playground. Like the other 2 locations, it has the holes in the wall, but a vastly different climate. Unlike the igloos, which is extremely cold, and the forest, which is in the middle, the desert will be the extremely hot climate.
Well, I don't think we're gonna
Which will
actually
allow
do
the little
temperature
baby experiments to
differences.
experience all of the climates out there, without ever having to actually leave the facility. And to be honest, that's all with this one. The next screenshots are a little bit more interesting. Next
So
we
I don't
have
think
the
he became a
classroom.
demon yet, obviously.
This was actually the first location we see inside of the trailer, and what I assume is the room that we see the baby Nab-Nab and Banban
But there's also different cells.
looking into. Like all other locations in this facility, it is very eerie. One singular table, desk, chair, and seat in the corner. On one wall we've got a TV and a button, and on the other it looks like potentially a one-way window for the scientists to watch in on their experiments. The TV has the question, do you know your name, and a big
Oh, so yeah, they are introduced.
question mark, which indicates this room is probably where they examine their little monsters. Most
Also,
likely
the surgeon
their
was
cognitive
probably made to make experiments. Why he probably has no empathy for
function, because
anyone
as you
else.
know, some of the mascots are smarter than the others, and a lot of the time this could be dictated by their genome donor, and so to see how far they develop in cognitive function they have to monitor them closely. Anyway, on to the next detail, the hospital. In this screenshot we see a really weird looking industrial bed. Doesn't
And it looks like there's a button there too, and like a table. Oh wait, this might be like a thing to experiment on people.
necessarily look clinically sanitary,
And also, we might...
but I think it's safe to assume this is where some pretty big experiments
there's
go
It looks like a phone or like a handle.
down. Is this where they make the mini monsters? Because up until
Well, yeah, but we're gonna
this
see,
point
like,
during the
we're
entire
not gonna
series,
see Nabalina. 'cause
we've never actually seen where they
She's
make
not
the
alive.
monsters. We've just heard about it, but we've never seen it. And to be honest with you, there's
Actually, probably thinking about it, they make the bodies first. Probably they make the bodies because we do see they make. Well, we actually do see in the second game they make the bodies and then they inject the DNA into it until it
There's a great
comes to
chance that
life.
this isn't even the hospital. I'm just assuming it is because of the bed in the middle. It could be a location where they do a completely different experiment that we're only going to see during the game. But one
Yeah, because it is weird. Why is there are hospital beds around? Unless if you think about it, could be to actually monitor, like actually see how their health is doing. Because again, they want these things to be alive. Yeah, they don't care about their mental health.
One thing's
but
for
they
sure,
probably
this
care
location
about their physical health. Explain why there's beds that we've seen them lay or sit on.
is very important.
Hospital
Anyway, on to the
beds
next.
specifically, and why is there a surgeon? We could actually see his backstory. He could be like an adult in this, because when he sounds like way older than everyone else. Like, he sounds like an old man, so he might be, like, the only one that was trained to, like, understand their biology.
Detail, the door. The reason why I call this room the door is because I have absolutely no idea what it's about. It's probably the most mysterious screenshot of them all.
It actually looks like... Yeah, it looks like something's gonna bust through.
The floors and ceilings have a weird indentation pattern. The lights in the room are coming off from the floor, and we've got 3 lights either side of the big door in the center of the room.
This actually could be where, like, Stinger Flynn is.
Something epic
'Cause
feeling
he's
about
big
this
and
room.
he
It
is kept captive, like...
kind of feels like
in the
once an
second
experiment
game.
is finished and it's going to be presented, they come out of these doors. And then the other thought I'm having is that this is actually just a prison cell. The pattern on the ceiling and floor
It
give
could
off
actually, because we've seen, like, the prison cells he literally does. This.
room. It kind of feels like
See, like
once an experiment is finished and it's going to be presented, they come out of these doors. And then the other thought I'm having is that this is actually just a prison cell. The pattern on the ceiling and
the lights
floor give off insane asylum vibes. And this could be where they hold each one of the mascots in between day and night cycles. You gotta do what you gotta do with those little devils. Anyway, that is one I'd love to hear your opinions on. But on to secret detail number 9. Trojan Tarta? If when you were watching the trailer and you thought the background music was extremely airy but familiar, you would be right. It's music we definitely have heard before, and it's in one of the other games. That game being the Garten of Banban 7. When you enter the theater portion of the game, this is the music that you can actually hear in the background. And the song is
what the hell is that thing?
called Trojan Tarta. But that takes me on to the final secret detail.
Okay, I just saw that.
Brashista's involvement. I have a feeling Brashista has some major involvement in this chapter. First of all, the Euphoric brothers usually show us a secret room for a character when they're going to appear in the next chapter. We all assume Brashista was going to appear in the Garten of Banban 8, but this is the next chapter, so are they going to appear this time? Secondly, the music choice. Like I mentioned before, that was the background music during the theater part of the game, and a major character from the theater part of the game was Brashista, considering they directed every single play that was on every single one of the posters inside of that theater. And then the final reason is actually a secret within itself. This image over here. People found it in the Garten of Banban.
The baby is... What the hell does this say? Oh. Meaning this thing might actually appear. That's actually...
Banban 7 game files. It's an unused poster, and the title states, Honey the Baby is redacted. And we know this chapter is about all of the monster babies. So was Brashista planning on making a play about the baby monsters? Which insinuates he's...
It sounds like it might have been actually darker. Probably once redacted is it doesn't make a lot of sense for a kindergarten monster to make.
seen them before.
Is it probably said, honey, the babies are dead.
And the events that happen in this game might be that occasion. But who knows, it's all a theory. And we won't really know anything until the game comes out. So you better sub up or else you'll miss out on
Also,
all the
I'm wondering what the Trojan thing is about.
fun. But until that game comes out, there's a whole bunch of other videos on this channel you need to go.
But see you guys next time. That was my thing on, you know, going to Banban Zero. But I am playing Finding Frankie. Bye-bye.